What's going on, guys? My name is the AFK Obby, and today we are going to talk about the fresh start worlds that are coming to old school RuneScape in October. I'll be going over the fresh start worlds, so weird to say. I'll be going over the official post submitted by Mod Aiza in the actual forums, like the RuneScape forums, and I'll link that forum in the description below. I guess it'll be updated by the old school team. I think that we can hold them by it because we expect to begin talking about them in more detail in mid-late September. In the meantime, we'll update this frequently asked questions if we feel like there are pressing questions that we should answer. We'll see whether they do that or not. We don't know. They'll probably answer them all on Reddit. I'm sure that's what we can expect. And before we get started, I don't want anyone to think that I'm actually complaining about the fresh start worlds. I've been an advocate for something similar to this, just without the grand exchange. I think it'd be cool for everyone to trade everything again. You know, that's just the old school nerd in me who would like something like that again. Yeah, I'm not complaining about any of this. I don't really have any gripes. I can understand where they're coming from, and I can understand why some players feel like dev time could be used elsewhere. So if this is a video you enjoy, I'll be doing videos like this where I talk and play at the same time a lot more. So if this is something that you do enjoy, please feel free to like the video, comment on the video, subscribe, hit that notification button. So yeah, let's dive deep into this. If you guys have any suggestions, if you like this idea of the fresh start worlds, if you don't, leave a comment. Tell me what you think. And maybe I can make another video before October discussing all this. I'm sure that we'll get some more updates. We'll get people getting some answers on Reddit, I'm sure. Maybe Twitter, maybe in some of the broadcasts they do on Twitch on their official old school RuneScape channel. So I'm sure that there's going to be a lot to come before this. I don't know if this is going to be replacing leagues or not. We'll see. Alright, so first things first, the introduction. You may have seen the joint announcement for Fresh Start Worlds with RuneScape Fresh Start Worlds launching on September 12th and old school RuneScape in October. I have not seen that, so this is going to be my fresh takes and my fresh opinions. So, well, we aren't ready to properly dive into Fresh Start Worlds for old school. You'll hear more about them next month. But we want to take this opportunity to answer some of the questions we think you may have for us. So this is just them, I think, preemptively answering questions. I don't think this is them preemptively answering questions that they think that we're gonna ask. So they're just trying to, you know, just shoot right out of the gate. Boom, 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 boom. So I expect a lot of these to just kind of be repetitive too. I expect them to drill things into our head. What are Fresh Start Worlds? Fresh Start Worlds are just a way to play the old school RuneScape that you love, but on fresh worlds with a fresh economy, fresh high scores, and on a level playing field. It isn't a new game mode like Leagues or Deadman, and there's no new content, rewards, or anything like that. Okay. Again, I personally have not seen the Fresh Start Worlds with the RuneScape Fresh Start Worlds announcement. I have not seen that. Unless this is it, then I'm stupid. With Mod Aiza using the term economy, I imagine there's going to be a fresh grand exchange and all prices are going to come. I don't even know how that's going to work. That's just going to be so crazy, isn't it? I don't know how that's going to work. You know, I kind of imagine these fresh start worlds being kind of like I was saying earlier, where everyone had to trade each other. Like imagine being in Edgeville again and you have to trade, like you actually have to buy from another player. Like players would just set the prices on things, and I think that'd be so cool. I don't know. I think that'd be cool. It's just me against Jagex, so... But it's not a new mode. It's just going to be a bunch of people who are running around to break the market and set themselves on the high score list, which I guess is kind of Leagues anyway, in the sense of the high scores. But it's going to be weird seeing a fresh grand exchange. Like, what do I have to go for? What's going to be something that's going to be crazy priced? Someone needs to make a video about that. I'd love to watch a video. Do you guys know? Was anyone here in 2013? So like I wasn't here in 2013, I think, when this came back. What was the grand exchange like? Tell me so I know what to expect. Is feathers gonna be 300 bucks a pop? Cowhides? There's no new content, rewards, or anything like that. That's just, it makes me wonder what the point in even playing this is then. For people who are already playing like me, there feels like there's no point in going back at this point because there's no content, there's no new rewards or anything. So man, what's the point in us going back and doing that then? Just to see what the market's like, see if we can get some high scores, see how much you can get done in 6 months, I guess. But are you guys gonna do that? Who can play Fresh Start Worlds in old school, and how long does it last? Old school Fresh Start Worlds will be available to play for 6 months. So this will run from October, November, December, January, February, March, April. So from October to April, I'd imagine. It's going to be available for both free-to-play players and members, and only new accounts will be able to play on a fresh start world. So definitely not like leagues. You cannot take your account that you're playing on right now and just simply hop worlds to this new fresh start. So you have to make a new account. You have to buy members if you want to access that members content. You could stay free to play and try to grind all 6 months out free to play, but who wants to do that? You know, I don't even want to do that now, let alone on a limited time game mode. So I mean, that's probably the draw, right? They probably want to get money out of everyone. They are a company that only seems fair, only seems right. I understand it. I guess fair play to them. Not sure I'll do it, but I make RuneScape content. I'll probably do it, you know, but we're treating this as a way to help attract new and returning players and to help keep them engaged. That's why after the 6 months, we'll be migrating their fresh start accounts to normal main game accounts. Though if a fresh account wants to migrate their account earlier, they'll have the option to do just that. Okay, so a 6-month game mode available to literally anyone. Again, it's obviously a way to get money from players, and we understand that. I don't have a gripe against that because it's a company. You know, what else can you do? They don't give us cosmetic or XP to buy like RS3, so we get it. I think we can all agree that that's fine. I just don't get how they're gonna market it out. That's the only thing for me. Oh my gosh, what am I doing? I can't not talk and play at the same time, huh? Like, I have several friends that have stopped playing, and I know that they've kind of flirted with the idea of playing again. I'm just trying to think what would be more appealing. Like, if you start playing again, I have money on my account that I can trade you. Everything's already established. The market's already established, even though it could be bad, whatever. But I have GP to give you. Go ahead and catch up. Or, hey, we're all restarting together. I just truly cannot imagine a world where we all restart together is better for a new player than, hey, I have the money to give you to go ahead and catch up. I guess I can see the appeal of like no one has an advantage, but no one's really like, I mean, even in PvP, you can still like level up pretty quickly and then buy everything for the advantage. I don't understand what like I guess I'm not on a marketing team. I'm curious to see how they do that because they're specifically catering it to new players or people who played a long time ago and come back. I wonder what the survey would be on that if they were to actually ask. Not everyone has friends, so I don't know. I get it, but I don't get it. What are the differences between a fresh start world and a normal game world? There aren't many. One notable difference is that Iron Man mode will not be available to play, but there's no accelerated XP rates or item drop rates or anything like that. The core gameplay remains the same, but there is a fresh economy, fresh high scores, and only new accounts can play on it. So they're really emphasizing this whole new accounts thing. They're like drilling it, which is kind of what I said, they're like drilling it in our head, it has to be a new account. You cannot take your already established account and do this because it is going to be transitioned into the main world. So it's the game we're playing now with no Iron Man, nothing close to leagues, like there's no locked starting points, locked skills, higher XP rates, like pet drops aren't increased, nothing. It's just the same exact game, but everyone starts from scratch, which the idea is cool, but I wish that there was no GE. Like, it would be so cool if there was no GE. But if there was no GE, then 6 months would become crazy for everyone to try to, I don't know, it would just be, I don't know. There's a good reason that I am not at the meetings for this because I would be terrible. I'd be like, I have a cool idea, but I don't know, okay? I need like a picture book that I can like take from my head and put onto a screen. Why are you doing fresh start worlds? This will be covered in more detail next month. Okay, so we expect more news in September sometime. We'll take it. Put simply, fresh start worlds are aimed at new players and players who haven't played old school RuneScape for a long time. Didn't we already see that before? Yeah, new and returning players to keep them engaged. Okay. We know from things like the mobile release that there's something special about doing something for the first time alongside lots of other players all doing the same thing. No one restarted with the mobile release, so I don't know the statistics, but maybe a bunch of new players flocked in with mobile releases, so I guess that's beyond my knowledge, of course. I don't know. I mean, when I started on leagues, it was cool to see everyone, you know, kind of nostalgically, if that's even a word, ask like woodcutting levels, fishing levels, so I mean, maybe. We think Fresh Start Worlds could help us to capture that moment. Yeah, I mean, like maybe for the first 10 days or something, I could see, you know, Drainer Village being flocked with people woodcutting and fishing and things like that. But who are Fresh Start Worlds for? Before reading the rest, they're going to say people who've never played, people who are returning who haven't played for a while. But I just don't see the market for that. I don't know. Like, no new player is really gonna know the difference, I guess. You know, when I play New World, it wouldn't be exciting for me to get a new server and start when everyone else starts. Like, it was cool because it's very PvP centric, but this game's just not. Like, PvP's dead. There's no real point in everyone starting the same except for people who are wanting to do things quick. All right, so let's go ahead and read it though. It's for people who haven't played old school RuneScape and are waiting for the right opportunity to play. So let me just stop there. They're implying that people who don't know when they should play are scared to play because everyone is further along, which I feel like isn't really a worry for people, but maybe it is. I don't know. I just don't see the draw in that. But and for those who played the game a while ago and are yet to return, again, I don't know. I'm not nitpicking. I'm trying to look at it from like the outside looking in, because obviously they spent time doing this. They care about it. I would imagine they care about it. So I'm trying to put some care and put some thought into it. We've done a bit of research which shows that this type of fresh start could be quite appealing to these players. If someone has like a different viewpoint of this, please let me know, because I don't see how everyone's starting on the same playing field, which kind of, now that I'm thinking about it, isn't the same playing field, because you can just probably buy bonds from the GE, or sell bonds, I'm sorry, because you can probably sell bonds to the GE and then use that money. That's so weird. I don't really think it's a level playing field, I guess, but given that Fresh Start World requires minimal development time, we want to test out this theory and see whether we're right. It's kind of true. I could imagine that it wouldn't take long. Well, I can't imagine anything because I have no idea what's going on. We know that some of our dedicated players might relish the chance to compete on a fresh set of high scores or to corner the market on a new economy, but for the most part, you'll probably be busy with the Tombs of Amascut. That's the first time I've ever said that. Is that even right? And that's fine. Fresh Start Worlds have been built with new and returning players in mind, and it's why we aren't adding rewards or treating this like a new game mode. They obviously want us to go back to that though, because again, we have to buy the bonds or the membership for a new account. They get money. It's a beautiful world. It's the circle of life. We get it. We understand you want to know what comes after the new raid, and that's why we're currently planning our next summit to share just what lies ahead for old school. Cool. Nothing to really say about that. Why can only new accounts play on Fresh Start Worlds? Since this is for new players or those who haven't played in a very long time, we've been trying to answer the question of how can we encourage these players to keep them playing the main game once they're finished with the Fresh Start Worlds. And we think that migrating the account progress will help us to achieve this. The way that the account migration will work means that only new accounts can play on these worlds. I mean, that's true. I could see that. So, I'm just trying to think of like an ad on Facebook, okay? Never played old school RuneScape before. 4 out of 5 doctors recommend you play with everyone else at the same time starting new. I don't know. I mean, I get, obviously a player, if they've never played before, did this for 6 months. Oh my god, it's just so confusing. Because then if they don't click on this specific world, they still are like restarting, and then they don't understand why they're on Tutorial Island again. And then if they accidentally click back on the other world, then they've progressed. See what I'm saying? I don't know. I mean, obviously people who come back, I don't know. Wow, that's gotta be confusing for new players, I'm not gonna lie. But on the plus side, with the account being migrated to the main game, it will be nice to see all these people continuously play. You know, you don't want to leave an account like that behind that you've been working on for 6 months. When will we hear more about Fresh Start Worlds? Fresh Start Worlds for old school RuneScape are still some way away from release, and we expect to begin talking about them in more detail in mid-late September. Okay, so mid to late September, we'll hear more. Thank you. In the meantime, we'll update this FAQ if we feel like there are pressing questions that we should answer. Signed by the old school team. My final thoughts are, if they can reach out to new players, which I truly don't see how they're going to do that, but if they do, I think that if they play for the 6 months, it's so nice for that account to still be there when they get back. But how are they also going to make sure, like, that has to be, if their main focus is truly new players and returning players, those players more than likely haven't played leagues, so I don't think that they understand the limited time worlds. As soon as they log in, they need to probably be reminded, and it needs to be like in the very front in big bold, make sure that you are clicking on your limited time world or your Fresh Start World, or we're going to have new players leveling 2 different accounts 2 different ways and not understand why. I can see that happening. Same thing with the returning players. They probably have never played those limited time modes. So I also think it's just a money grab. They know we're going to go back. It's a different account too. The big problem with me for leagues was that I was on the same account, which is also not a problem because then I get to get these rewards on the same account. I'll more than likely do it just to see how the market goes and get that interaction with new players. I want to see how many new players and returning players that haven't played in a long time. I want to see how many of those there are, because I came back after a friend told me to come back, and we were in high school together. Ket OMG, I'll link his YouTube channel below as well. He told me to come back and make an Obby. He obviously didn't think I'd stick to it. Credits to him. I probably wouldn't have if it wasn't for my clan Obby Elite. Quick plug. If it wasn't for them, I probably wouldn't have came back and stayed. Would it have been more enticing if we all restarted together? No, not for me. I mean, no specific reason really. I'm a competitor. I like to compete. I have no interest. Maybe it's because I have 2 kids, but I have no interest in trying to be first on the high score list, trying to kind of break the market myself and get a feel for the market and try to manipulate the market somehow. That's just not me. Maybe that is a reason why people haven't found the right time. I don't really know what they mean by that. I don't think there's any new players who are like, I'll play old school when we can all restart together. I don't know. That's just not a very big selling point that I could see being a real thing. Let me know what you guys know in the comments below. Like I said, if you like this kind of video, I'm going to try to do these videos pretty often where I play and I talk about updates in the game, talk about, things going on in life and stuff like that. I like these regular uploads. They're sweet, they're simple, they're easy to edit. I get to interact with you guys a lot. So we're getting close to 1,000 subscribers. So if you enjoy this, please subscribe. Please hit that notification bell to see when my uploads go live. Feel free to like, comment, feel free to dislike and tell me what you didn't like about it. I'm pretty good with criticism. Even if it isn't constructive criticism, I don't mind. I say so a lot. Sorry about that. Please let me know what you think of this update. I haven't been through any subreddits to see anything. I haven't been on Twitter to see anything. The only thing I kind of went down, in case you guys couldn't tell, I kind of went down and looked through, saw that it was like 6 months, saw that it was supposed to be new players. So all I did was skimmed it. I logged into old school RuneScape, turned on the old camera for the first time in a while, and decided to make a video about it. So yeah, I hope you guys have an amazing day. If this video is perceived well, then I will definitely be making another video mid to late September whenever that comes out, and we will be further discussing everything else that's going around with these fresh start worlds. But yeah, thank you. Have an amazing day.